All right, folks, this is going to be a quick video on just some of the settings you can change in MyFitnessPal. It's just some tips that might make things a little bit easier for you. We're going to click on Settings, Diary Settings. And these are some of the options you can turn on or off. I like to show the macros for each meal, so I have that turned on. You can also show all your meals in the diary tabs. I have that turned on. You can also use the multi-add by default option, and this kind of prevents you from having to go back and forth by adding something to the diary, clicking the plus sign, adding another ingredient. This kind of lets you select several ingredients and then add them all at once, and I'll show you how that's done in just a second. The other thing that you can turn on is your diary food insights, and I believe that's when it tells you things like, good job, you hit your protein requirement for the day. You can also show water in your diary by turning that one on. And then you have your default search tabs. With this, what you can do is when you are searching for a food that you've put in previously, you can have it search by the most recent food you've put in, by the most frequent foods that you log, by your My Foods, your meals, or your recipes. So that's kind of a helpful option because it always recalls the foods that I've most recently used or that I frequently use based on what my default is. Of course, I've gone over this in another video, but you can also change your diary settings to where you can change your diary with friends, public, private, or you can even password protect them. Just so you know, for those of you doing macros, people can see what your macros were for the day, but they don't know what your goals were. So they don't know if you went over or under. So don't worry about anybody teasing you for that. Also, we have our customized meal names. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but in my diaries, you see meal 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 instead of breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. So, you know, it's no big deal which way you choose to do it, but you do have the option, and this is where you would change what you want to call those meals. I actually at one point had time frames, so I knew what time I had to eat. If you want to go about doing it that way, you can. So it's really up to you in customization. And then I'll go show you real quick on how the multi-add feature works. So I'll click on Diary and add food. And as you can see, I have all these boxes I can check mark for things that I ate. And I can just add all 4 items. Or if none of the ones are showing up on that page, I'm looking up something in particular. Let's type in Trader Joe's, search. It'll give me other things I can check, and it's still adding those in the bottom for me. So now I just added them all to my 4th meal in one click. All right, hope you found that video helpful. Please be sure to like my videos. My kiddos like to see how many likes I got, and it'll encourage me to make more of these helpful tips.